I believe I'm live. Let me quickly check. Yes, I am live. Hello everyone, welcome to Gavra Racing Weekend League Season 9 for the race at Imola, the Italian Grand Prix, or the Emilia-Romagna, depending on which perspective you're looking at. We've got 17 drivers going for pole position tonight, and we'll bring you along for the ride. Zexify will be joining soon, but for now you'll have me. I'm ND. In case you didn't know, I'd like to introduce myself, and I'll be taking over for probably the short qualifying session, and then we'll probably have Zexify in by that stage. But we've got some lap times coming in at the moment, some competitive lap times with Ben Roberts leading the three that was set lap times so far, with a 1 minute 15.1, and then it's a 10th back to Gavra's. And I can get the spectator stuff up now, all that nice stuff. There we go. As you see, Ben Roberts is on an invalidated lap, is probably pitting, considering he's already set a lap. That would be pretty standard, I think. Beersy has provisional pole time now, with a 1 minute 14.8, the Mercedes man setting the quickest time of the session so far. We've got some more lap times coming in. We've got CLR Pipatek. Sorry, I will butcher some of these names as time will go on, but yeah, I guess that's just gonna have to be how it is for a little while. So we've got him with a 1 minute 16.4. They've got Lee Craig with 1 minute 17, and then we've got Crezo VK, who has had 1 minute 18.2 ATC, getting out of the way there for drivers on quick laps. We should have some more lap times coming in now. I believe that was JMP Surreal setting a lap time. 1 minute 19.1, 9/10 off Crezo VK. Lots of time to be improved there. Brown is just starting a lap. Kev the Quick has gone onto the grass there, and has thankfully managed to keep control of the car, but without spinning out of control. As we can follow him around this lap of Imola. All looking good so far as he goes down the hill towards Acqua Minerale and negotiates all that fine. Doesn't go over the rumble strips there, ensuring that everything is all okay, and goes to the chicane with no invalidations. Very easy to invalidate there, I must say, but Kev the Quick does not invalidate. He's now got 2 corners to go, and now he's at the last one. Make sure not to run too wide, as it can be quite punishing to run wide. Gets the DRS open and runs the line. Good enough for P4, 1 minute 15.8. And then Brown just goes behind him by a 10th into P5. And then there's a 6/10 gap to Gavra's and Kev the Quick. Cami PO3 going through the chicane, not invalidating so far, and has just got the downhill bit to go now as he negotiates the penultimate corner, making sure not to run wide. Doesn't use any of the curb, actually. Doesn't use any of the curb on the final corner either. Runs to the line now, DRS, and it goes into P9. 1 minute 17.3, not a bad lap time there. Not a bad lap time, I think I said there. Yep. Billy Musu is starting a lap. DK Flick is also on a lap. The 2 Astons there running quite close, although Billy Musu is going slowly. I think he might have messed up his final corner exit there to open the lap. But one man who hasn't so far is Kizek, who's running very well in the McLaren. You see the amount of downforce there, not running wide and tipping a tire into the gravel there. He's got purple through the first sector, he'll want to keep with this lap. You see the Aston of Billy Misu ahead. Can Kisek continue this as he gets some traffic going into Aqua Minerale, but they all keep out of the way, thankfully. Through Aqua Minerale, no problems at all. Through the chicane, 50.3 through the middle sector, has still got a purple time. This could be good for the front row or even pole. We'll find out now as we see the Ferrari in front of him. Actually, there's no Ferrari in front of them. What am I saying? There's a Ferrari coming to the pits, but Kisek is about to run towards the line now. What can this do for him? It's a 1 minute 15 and all fours in the 10th section there. 2/10 behind Kebabrigers in P3 and Kisek is in P4. 4/10 ahead of Kev the Quick. As we've got 13 people in the currently join the stream. Hello to you all. There's our Peter running a bit wide, not invalidating though, so the Red Bull should be all good. A former champion of the weekend league, of course. Rounds the final 2 corners now. We'll want to set a lap time. We can see what he does now, and it's good enough for P5 for the 1 minute 15.6. The Red Bull driver posting there, as we've got about, if I can do my maths correctly, that's 4 drivers who haven't set lap times yet. Although they will want to change that. Billy Misu has gone purple through sector 1. And we'll be looking to improve to the same height in sector 2. Goes purple through the middle sector, although I'm not sure, but see the negotiation there through the chicane. Absolutely brilliant there from the Aston Martin driver, as he's only got 2 corners to go. Runs perfectly fine through the final corner, gets DRS open towards the line. P4 on the grid at the moment, a 10th behind Kebabrigers, and who's a 10th behind Ben Roberts, so very competitive lap time from the Aston Martin driver there, and I'm sure there will be room for improvement, I'm sure of it. Junior Kiwi is also on a lap going through Aqua Minerale. You see the car cascade down through the hill there. It does not run wide, and we'll get a sector 2 time at the moment. It runs a bit wide, but doesn't invalidate, surprisingly. As he runs down the hill, we can ride on board with the Ferrari as he goes through the final corner, making sure not to pick up the rumble strips and making sure not to run too wide into the gravel. Towards the line now, it's good enough for P8, 1 minute 8.8, 600ths behind Kev the Quick. And now we only have 2 drivers who haven't had a lap time. We've got Robert Godfather, who's coming out of the pits, and we've got DK Flick, sorry, on an out lap, about to start his lap. Let's just see him run down the main straight. We can ride on board with the Aston Martin, as we see Lee Craig there coming out of the pits and keeping out of the way. It's quite a dangerous pit exit, I won't lie. He's got a bit of traffic ahead. Beardsley there, but he keeps out of the way, gets a bit of oversteer. Going through sector 1, but all seems okay. As if you'll just excuse me for a second, I just want to invite Zexify to the party, as he will be joining us soon, but I don't want to invite him during the races. That will not be good. If I can find him correctly now. There we go. He's invited there now. Right, we can get back to the action. Sorry about that. DK Flick is still on his lap, a 51.0 through the middle sector. not bad at all from the Aston Martin driver, as he's only got 2 corners to go and now just has to rely on the power unit to give him the goods, and he goes into P11 with a 1 minute 16.5. As we're starting to approach the closing stages here in this qualifying session, as we only have about 7 minutes to go. Ben Roberts is about to start a lap. We can see what he can do. Can he possibly improve from the front row and possibly improve it onto pole position? We'll find out at the end of this lap for sure, and see what he can do. As Kev the Quick has retired. He's actually retired on track, so he might have had an incident. We'll ride on board with Ben Roberts, see what happened. As his car's just parked off there, as Ben Roberts gets a bit of dirty air off the Aston Martin in front, and that has I think he's backed off his lap. Yeah, he's backed off his lap, and that will give him less time to improve his lap time and gives him last chance of having a pole position. I think that's Naismith 2021. Oh no, it's not. Lee Craig is improved by a 10th, but hasn't improved his position, unfortunately. As it's interesting, we've got a few medium runners, we've got a few majority soft runners and 2 medium runners in the form of Naismith and Crezo. As I just want to quickly ask if my audio is okay, that everything is okay, as I don't want to go any longer. I just want to make sure that there's everything's okay. As yes, alright, thanks Gav. Let's have a look at the action. As we've got 5 minutes to go in this session. Lee Craig is 9/10 up on his lap, and will be looking to improve from P14 at the moment. The Mercedes man running the soft tires there, the number 2 car, also known for Stoffel van Dorn, drives up to the line now and goes into P10, nearly into the 1 minute 15s, as Beersy gets a 5 tights grid penalty, so that Beersy is not going to be on pole position. I have no clue what he did to get that, but that's added a twist. He's some 3/10 ahead of the nearest man in P2, and he's not going to start on pole. He's lost his front wing. Did he get in an incident? I think Ben Roberts was the closest one there. We'll find out in a minute, and we'll see what happened. We can see if the Haas still has a front wing. Haas has got a front wing, as Kebabridgers is looking to improve from his P3, goes across the rumble strips there, who wouldn't want to be doing that too much. As we've got some people finishing their laps. I don't know why there's the checkered out flag out for some people. Have I lost track of time? I don't know. Or have people just retired? Or am I going a bit mad? I don't know. But Kebabriers is actually, he's invalidated. We've got 3 minutes left. What's the deal? Is the timing off? Or no, the game's just broken. Ah, oh, brilliant. Or is it? I'm sorry, I have no clue. From what I see, we've got 3 minutes left in the session, but it seems like everyone's finished. Is that a new feature? Or is the game just bugged out? I have no clue. But if everyone's gone back into the pits or is finished, it means we can get underway for the race now. This is really weird. Never seen this before. I don't know if it's. I think I might be like a minute behind. I hope I'm not. But I don't know. But here we have the grid going into the race now. We've got Beersy lining up as fastest, but will drop 5 places. So we've got Ben Roberts on pole position, followed by GNR Kiwi and Gavra, which rounds out the top 3. Then we've got Billy Mewtwo in P5, Keysake in P6, Kev the Quick in P7, Naismith in P8, Arpita in P9, Brown in P10, Lee Craig in P11, JMV Surreal P12, CLR Pivotech P13, DK Flick P14, Cami P15, Creso P16, and Robert Cobfather in P17, who I don't think has had a lap. Oh no, he did. It just doesn't show the tires. But as we load into the main race now, we'll find out, will there be rain? Nah, it's fun try. It's worth a chance. Zexify should be joining us soon. As we just stare at the pit wall and we'll wait for everyone to ready up, and then we'll be good to go for the formation lap, I'm pretty sure. But as Ben Roberts, who's going to start this race on pole position, leads us off down into turn 1 for the formation lap, of course, so no overtaking, and if you make contact with another driver, you will be reset back to the grid. Of course, I'm sure you all know that, but I'm just clarifying. So that 5-place grid penalty has dropped Beersy all the way back to P6, so he'll have to do some work if he wants to get back into the lead, as he's got a bit of lag there, but shouldn't be an issue. As it should be one stop for this race with softs to mediums, if I can actually get up the tires what people are on. So we've got JMP Surreal, CLR Pivotech and Creso on the mediums, and then we've got the rest on softs. So expect the soft runners in between about lap 6 and lap 8, I would say, and then expect the medium runners, let's say, about lap 10. But as the AI gains control of Ben Roberts' car, and GNR Kiwi will line up on the grid now and be ready for 5 lights here in the race at Imola. Who do you think's gonna win? I can't predict. It could be anyone. Ben Roberts is in a very good position, but he can easily lose it into turn 1, as it's quite a long run down into turn 1, and he's on the dirty side of the grid, so he's basically turning as he lifts off, whereas GNR Kiwi will have a better angle. But as all the cars are into the grid now, if I can get a better camera angle from the game, that would be brilliant. As there we go, so we've got the lights, going, the revs rising, and we're underway here in Imola. GNR Kiwi, I think, gets off to the better start there as he's coming alongside or Ben Roberts, as he's passed now, going to turn 1. Ben Roberts on the inside, GNR Kiwi on the outside. There's all sorts of chaos going on the back, some cars going through the gravel there, and Ben Roberts stays ahead of GNR Kiwi, but he's being pressured a lot before. Meanwhile, there's CLR Pipitech making up some positions, as there's kebab riggers trying to have a go at GNR Kiwi, as there's all manner of things going on at the back here, with DK Flick getting past Kev the Quick and Crezo. Here's kebab riggers trying his best to get past. GNR Kiwi will just have to stay behind for the time being. Meanwhile, at the back there's Billy Misu trying to attack Kiesiak just staying ahead for the time being as they go into Aquaminerali. We've got Beersy. Beersy has gone off and has lost his front end plate, so that can almost count him out of the race now, as here's Billy Misu trying to get past Kiesiak as they run down to the penultimate corner. He has to stay behind for the time being. Meanwhile, the two Red Bulls are running close together in P6 and P7, some 4/10 separating those two. But as they cross the line, start lap 2, it is Ben Roberts leading. He's got a 6-10 gap back to GNR Kiwi, who's got about 5/10 on Kebab Riggers, who's actually under pressure now. No, he's not under pressure. It's Kiesiak under pressure from Billy Misu, but Billy Misu stays behind again as we've got more yellows. There's an Aston Martin. DK Flick has spun off at turn 1, and thankfully has no damage by the looks of it, but there's also Cami and Beersy into the pits. Lots of people putting Ben Roberts for the win. I wouldn't say, yeah, as we see GNR Kiwi is all over the back of him. Anything can happen as we have yellows. I think that's a McLaren. No, it's a Red Bull of Arpita. Yeah, dropping down to P14. But when DRS is enabled on lap 3, we'll find out what happens. There's DK Flick off again. GNR Kiwi taking the fastest lap, riding on board with the Ferrari in the slipstream of the Haas. In real life, the Ferrari would easily be passed, but since we're on equal performance, GNR Kiwi has to stay behind for the time being. As he's run a bit wide there, and that's not going to help his pursuit of Ben Roberts. That's going to drop him back into Kebab Riggers, who might have a run at him down into the fast left-hander that I can't remember the name of. Yeah, he just stays behind for the time being, but will be pressuring the Ferrari, I'm sure of it. As there's Kiesiak losing the position there to Billy Misu. Zexify has joined us. Hello. Looking back now, Naismith is trying to pressure Kiesiak, but just has to stay behind for the time being. But the drivers will have DRS this lap. As they start lap 4, Kebab Riggers will have DRS on GNR Kiwi. We see how much is gaining on the Ferrari. It's going to be an easy pass, probably even before turn 1. Can Billy Misu get in it as well? He has to stay behind for the time being. Beersy I think he spun at the start. He spun again, I think. I just saw the yellow flags out there. But he had spun at the start and picked up front wing damage. He also had a 5-place grid penalty. I can't remember why, or I couldn't see behind why, and yeah.
Okay, hello.
Hello.
Okay, hello, everyone. You might ask, how am I here? I just came from a film from the cinemas, and I quickly tried to hop on. So we're at lap 4 here for the Imola Grand Prix, the Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix. Obviously, ND commented here for a bit here, but now I'll be with him for today, for the entirety of this race, for qualifying, and as well as this race too. Ben Roberts currently commanding the league over here with a 2.7 lead gap to Kebab
Watch
Barrager.
behind.
So
Look at this.
look at that. Now Giannakiu trying to go down inside this massive contact, and that's going to be Kebab Barrager.
Oh, and Kiwi's off as well. And into
And
the
that's
barriers.
Kiwi's off as well, and that's damage for him as well, ND. And obviously, turn 1 and 2 and 3 proved to be a very difficult overtaking area because of how tight the corners are. Really unfortunate for the pair of them. And that is going to set Kebab Barrages, and he spun again here, ND.
He has?
Yes, he has. He's now down to P14.
No damage, thankfully.
As yeah, hello everyone to 14 people. Review Keisha gets a 3-second time penalty, but currently Ben Roberts kind of back. What's happened to him? I'm not sure what happened to him. I think he's pitting or something.
No,
but
he
Billy
hasn't.
Musa currently.
Oh,
No,
he
he
spun
has
again.
not. Who spun again? Ben Roberts? Oh,
Yeah.
it's Ben Roberts again from leading, and that's Bezier retiring, and that's going to be a safety car. That's a
Virtual
massive
safety car.
crash. That's a virtual safety car, but
Yeah.
Bezier, that's quite a big impact. That's a safety car now.
Yeah, Billy Musu into the pits. I completely missed, who is it? Ben Roberts' spin or incident there. Sorry about that. I think we're too caught up on the action into turn 1.
Yeah, definitely. As we have got here a safety car, and that's going to really help all the drivers who haven't pit yet, with Billy Musa, Naismith, Lee, Craig Brown, Kev the Quick, as well as JMB Surreal, Robert Godfather, CLR Peepertech, Kebab Barrages, and Kiwi as well. They'll all be closing up, all bunched up together, ND. This could be crucial here, and Kishik interestingly doesn't pit here, which can be very impactive on his race here. But Billy Musa currently leads the field here, with Naismith behind him here, so we could see maybe Naismith becoming a Gavra Racing winner. You'll see here in the next 11 laps.
Yeah, I think Kisek has just opted for track position, which is honestly not a bad thing to do. His softs will probably last him for a bit longer, and which he could probably use to pull a gap away from the guys behind. But it's a question of how much pace he's got on those softs.
Yeah, definitely. So obviously you'll be very interested to see how James Surreal, Peepertech, and yeah, let's see how both of them do on those soft tires. They do kind of show pace sometimes, especially James Surreal on those soft.
Oh, he's pitting.
He does tend.
Kisek is
Kishek pitting. Yes, Kishek is pitting now for the medium tires here, ND. So he's going to now slowly fall to the back of the grid here. And now we'll see Billy Misu becoming the race leader of the Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix, as Kishek now is going to slowly enter the track and out of the pit. He's going to be just ahead probably of Ben Roberts here.
Yep, definitely.
Yeah, definitely here, Eddie. Is he going to be ahead? Yes, he
definitely,
is.
because he can go full speed down the pit exit because he's under the rules of the pit lane. Learned that in Australia 2018.
Yes, exactly. And yeah, we could see that the two McLarens outside the points are not good for them. But let's see what can Kiwi, Kebab and Ben Roberts as well. What can they do here to try and maybe salvage some points after their own mistakes here? And yeah, it is quite unfortunate, but it does happen, sadly. Incidents do happen, but currently the safety car could possibly be ending this lap, but I highly doubt it because we need to wait for DK Flick and then Cammy to slowly close in on the pack, and we'll see then the whole grid racing once again as the safety car is in this lap. That's very interesting, and now Billy Meese is now going to slow down and bunch the whole grid up together. So now everyone's going to warm up their tyres here, and we could see a very interesting Grand Prix from lap 7 here. We'll see what will happen, but we hope that will be a nice clean start here, ND. And I believe now Billy Meese has gone for a very early start here, ND.
He's
and then
got the
look
jump
at
though.
The start by a second, 1.2 seconds, 1.4. And Naismith's got a very bad exit out of the final corner of Ravazza. Could Lee Craig have a run here on Naismith? And he's going to slipstream the Red Bull. They're going to be side by side, possibly using all the battery he can. And now into turn one, there's a bit of desync going on. But Lee Craig doesn't go for the move. And look at the lead Billy Meese has built on Naismith. And the pace from this man is great at the moment. He's going to try and extend the gap. And not risk for any penalties. And that's someone spinning, I believe.
Kev the Quick going past Brown there. Just quickly
DK Flick, one side the Aston Martin, having absolutely no luck here, which is DK Flick, and his teammate Billy Meese, who's having a very good race here, and he's commanding this race. Naismith gets a 3-second time penalty here, ND. That could impact his race.
Yeah, that'll definitely hamper him, but if we look behind, who's that? That's JMB Surreal, I thought was pulling for a move there. I think that's GNR Kiwi who's been off.
Yes, and there's really been very tight and personal racing here between GNR Kiwi and Alpita here. Alpita really trying to get past Ben Roberts. He dives down the inside. It's a very personal dive. He forces Ben Roberts off the track there and gets past the Haas. And now GNRQ will have a run on him at ND. Let's see what he can do here on the main straight. Look at the overspeed he has on Ben Roberts. And he's probably running lower wings here. Can he maybe go around the outside of turn 1? Is it going to be contact? They're keeping it clean and they're going to go through turn 1 safely without any contact. Very nice racing from them. But Ben Roberts stays ahead.
Yeah, they made a little bit of contact there through the second part of turn 2, and I thought Kiwi was gonna go around there, but somehow he managed to keep it ahead. But if I spotted ahead though. If we look up ahead to the top 3 exactly, we've got Kev the Quick who's passed Lee Craig. He's gained 2 positions since the safety car restart.
Yes, exactly, and yeah, that is very, very true. As Kev the Quick actually has passed Lee Craig, and now he's up to 3rd place here. And let's see, can Kev try and get Naismith here? I'm not sure about Billy Meese. Can he get him, as he says, the fast lap of 1 minute 17.412. And now look at JB Cyril here trying to get the move done on those soft tyres, ND. I obviously said previously that these tyres are fantastic in grip, and he gets past very comfortably into turn 1 and is ahead and goes up to 5th place, and now tries possibly in 7 laps time to maybe pass Lee Craig here. He's got 2.1 seconds to the Mercedes. Yeah,
we'll definitely be keeping an eye on the AlphaTauri sporting a Senna themed helmet, as this Robert Codfather I think has been off. It seems like he spun.
Oh, spun.
And he's been.
Oh, that's key. Oh, that's Robert Codfather.
Yeah, he just painfully went into the barriers there. No damage by the looks of it, but I think there might be some small damage.
Yeah, so that is very unfortunate for Robert Codfather. Now he's going to be at the back of the grid here, and I believe Gavra as Ben Roberts gets a 3-second time penalty. Andy, can you check the chat when I ask this question, because my chat doesn't work sadly.
Right.
But Gavra, are there interviews? after this race, because then just have a look, because my chat doesn't work. Thank you.
Can we have a quick look at the Alpine of Kevin the Quick, who has got up to the back of Naismith? I thought he was going to go for a move into turn 1, but was too far back. So I've just gotten an ad. Right.
Oh, there we go. I got.
Right, yeah, we're doing.
Yeah,
interviews.
I got the chat now. I got the chat. I got the chat up now. Thank you very much, Gavra. Yes, so we are doing interviews. So whoever wants to join the race, proposed race interview, for the drivers only, not the ones who not raced. Yeah, if you want to, then you're more than welcome to join. We'll ask you a few questions of how the races went. But yeah, at the moment, Billy Misu trying his best here to try and extend the gap if he gets a 3-second time penalty. Kev the Quick here, and let's have a look at the Alpine. And as you can see, Naismith has got absolutely zero battery here. He's got less than 10%, and that will make him very, very slow on the straight here. Nice exit there from Naismith, but he's going to be very vulnerable here from Kev the Quick. Let's see, Eddie, what can he do here?
He goes for the outside.
Yeah, he's trying to go the outside of turn 1 as he into turn 1, very comfortably, nicely done. That's a nice move there, and goes up to 2nd place. And now we're trying to chase after Billy Misu here, which will be a very tough task. But let's see how can he do with his pace.
Yeah, and if we look back, I think there's Kebab just behind his Williams teammate there. Is he gonna go for a send into? I think that's Toza. He stays behind for now.
Yes, that's Toza.
Alright, thanks. I don't know any current names.
Yeah, that's fine. But yeah, Kebab is trying to pressurize his teammate here. As Kebab gets a 3-second time penalty, there's yellow flags. And who was that? It's Naismith.
It's Aquaminerali. Yeah, Naismith.
Aquaminerali. That is Naismith. And he's so high up now, he's just at the knife edge of the points here.
Yeah. And also,
that is super unfortunate.
If we watch CLR Pipatek is all over the back of Brown, and his Williams teammate of Kebabburgers is not too far behind as well. Could we see some action into turn 1 here? Could be very interesting. The McLaren of Kisek is not far behind either.
Yeah, there's a massive DRS drain from 6th to 12th here.
Yeah,
but
here
look
comes
at CLR Pipatek.
Yep, and also look, here comes Kebabburgers as well. It's gonna be 3 wide into turn 1. Oh, but look, they're both off.
That's a massive crash. Oh no! Oh, that is so unfortunate. 3 wide is not a good idea.
Yeah, Kebabburgers backed off there, but I think I caught it in the back of the shot there. Brown and Pipatek just kind of took each other off, and it was quite a pretty slow quite slow spin, but that's both them running outside the points now, and we've got some new drivers up. Also, I'd like to pan the attention to JMB Surreal, who's on the fringes of the podium.
Yes, he does not have a penalty here, and Lee Craig does have a penalty, so JMB Surreal could see a podium here on his name here, which is a very nice achievement for him. He's doing really well here, trying to push the limits here of the weekend league drivers. But yeah, now the DRS is from Kebab all the way to GNRQ. It's a massive DRS train here. This could hamper some of the drivers' overtaking opportunities.
Yep.
Kishek is trying to have a look. He does. I thought he was going to have a look, but he's going to stay behind. Kebab is massively under pressure. Could we see him move? Oh, that's Kebab moving across. That is very dangerous from Kebab. And yeah, he pretty much moved across of him. And as he weaves now, which I do see kind of dangerous. I'm not sure if he apologised. There's a sign. Kev the Quick gets a 3-second time penalty though.
Oh, look at the back, here's Naismith. And Ben Roberts going wheel to wheel. Naismith gets forced wide there.
Going very wide, and he's still behind Ben Roberts here. And that is a massive incident. It's all kicking off here. Naismith gets another 3-second time penalty. It's all kicking off here. JB always does well. Yeah, exactly. Tabby Dubdex has a point here. because ND and the Premier Series, JMB Surreal really did well. He got himself, I believe, a win or second place. I'm not sure, but one of those. And yeah, he really does well here at Imola, and he's now going to try and attack Lee Craig.
Can we have a quick look at what's going on with Kebab and Kishek behind, and then Ben Roberts as well? Look how close this is, and then the two Red Bulls as well.
Super close.
Here comes Kishek on the outside, going into turn one. Yep, he's got that done. What are the two Red Bulls doing? There's Naismith going wide there. Has he made it through? Okay, he's lost time, and he's got GNR Kiwi all over the back of him now. Going into turn 3, Kiwi just stays behind.
And smartly backs off there, cruising maybe a 20, I think 11 or 20. Oh, that's GNR Creed diving down the inside, and Naismith turns into him as Cresso out of this race. I'm gonna have a quick look at Flick here to see what happened to him, because I'm not actually sure, and that's a massive crash here. I think he just lost the rear like Bearsy did. But yeah, it's getting super intense here, Andy.
Yep. And someone who's just lost the rear there was Ben Roberts going into Aqua Minerale. He managed to just catch it, but as you see,
Kebab goes very wide. Naismith getting another penalty.
Yeah.
As Ben Roberts really trying to maybe give it everything here. And we will see what can Ben Roberts do here on the final lap, as Billy Misu starts the final lap here. And what can JMB Surreal do something? Maybe get the track position on Lee Craig. He's gaining, but Lee Craig stays ahead momentarily. As now we're looking at Kebab. He's really aggressive. Keisha goes a bit deep though, and he's going to sweep round the outside. They're going to be side by side here, ND. Round the outside at the
Ben Roberts is getting involved.
And Ben Roberts getting involved. He jumps over the curbs. And that was a very brave move there from Ben Roberts, and does not spin, which is a very good sign there. Very, very nice racing from everybody. Very, very crazy. And can JMB do something? Can he maybe get a track position? But he doesn't want to spin. As you can see, he's taking it slowly. He knows he's got the podium because he's got Lee Craig has a penalty of his own. And Ben Roberts, is he going to try and send it here? And he's going to try and force Kishek into a bad position. But Ben Roberts gets another 3-second tyre penalty. It's someone spinning at Aqua Minerale. That's
Billy
Cammy.
Misu, who wins the Grand Prix. Then there's Kev the Quick, sorry, in P2. And Lee Craig will finish on track P3, but will be relegated down to P4 on penalties. So got Kebab just holding off Kishek, who just holds off Arpita there, followed by Ben Roberts. Oh, Pipacek actually gets them both there. Ben Roberts in P9, and Huey rounds out the top 10 there.
Yes, so that is a very nice race. Since I've joined it, very intense. And yeah, Billy Misu comes to win the Emilia Romagna Grand Prix, and that's going to be a 25 or 26 points. I'll quickly have a look. And yeah, it's going to be a 26 points by 3,000th of a second, because Billy Misu did a 1 minute 17.412, and Kev the Quick done a 1 minute 17.415, and there was just 300th behind them. Good evening to Unique J and Piero, Juicy Fruit, Kev and Kiwi. But yeah, well done. Well done, Billy Misu. And that is going to be the result. So Billy Misu will take the win and 26 points. And now Kev the Quick takes second, JMB Surreal third, Lee Craig fourth, fifth Kebab Barges, Kishek sixth, Arpita 7th, Charles Pipacek 8th, Ben Roberts 9th, 10th, GNR Kiwi, Naismith rounds the top 11 with Cammy, DK Flick, Brown, Robert Colfather, Cresso and Bearsy all outside the top 10, and that is a very nice race.
Yeah, Forgive me for asking, but do we have another race after this?
Yes, we have a one-shot qualifying and then we have a race. And then
Of course,
interviews.
yeah. Of course.
Yes.
I forgot.
That's fine. Oh. But yeah, that was a very nice race, and now we're gonna see what will juicy fruit Kev. Piero, you might be an undercover one. You'll see. But yeah, so that is now going to be rounded off, and not the end here. We're pretty much 50% through. We need one shot quality and a 25% race, and then we are done. And then post race interviews will be done, and yeah, definitely. Alright, so
So we've got the settings done now, and we've got everyone just readying up now. We're ready to go into next lobby now.
yes. Yes, so, yeah, obviously we'll see what will happen now very shortly. Aha, no it's not. And now we're slowly starting here. I'm just quickly on the weekendly chat, just for making sure everyone.
It's WAC qualifying.
Oh, I wish it was a race. Yeah, no.
It still could be the race.
Could be.
Sure, who knows? As I don't know, is X5, if you want to pick a driver to do an onboard commentary on, I'll pan the camera to.
I'll pick Billy Misu. Thank you, Cleb, for quick. I'll add you now.
Wet race?
So.
At the end. Sorry, yeah, I cut across you.
Yeah, so we're waiting now 5 seconds here, and I'll pick Billy Misu. Oh yeah, don't forget to load your setup. Yep, Gavra. Yeah, but we'll go on board with Billy Misu if he can, Andy.
Yeah,
let me know
I'm
if you've got him.
Oh.
But yeah, anyway, I'll quickly have Billy Misu on here. So now, on to turn 1. We're going to use brake just out of 100 meter board, slowly turn the steering axle and get on the throttle patiently here. You want to get on the throttle as patiently as possible because it is key and now through the Villeneuve chicane, try not to invalidate, and that he has, but still will continue on with Billy Misu. Now he's going to go through Tozer, try and not over complicate it on the exit, and the car's not really complaining about that. Through Piratella, nice and safe for Billy Misu. Now he's going to try and carry a lot of speed here through Accominaroli, and obviously, as we've seen, obviously drivers do tend to have a very complaining rear. Yeah, definitely, Gavra really saying the truth there, but through the chicane, obviously, you use all the curbs. I think that's Kev the Quick retiring from the session, and now through the final corner, the Ravazza, and now just very kinked right, and it's gonna be Bearsy taking pole position by nearly a second. Wow. And that is going to be Bearsy taking pole position here by nearly 9/10 from Kebab, and then Kishek taking P3, Al Peter 4th, Lee Craig, Nay Smith, GNR Kiwi, JB Surreal, Brown and Cresso rounds out the top 10, Robert Godfather, Cami, Ben Roberts, and CLR Pipotech, Billy Misu, Kev the Quick, and then DK Flick round out the grid here for the second race here, Andy.
Yeah, going to be very interesting considering we've got Bearsy back at the front. We've got Billy Misu, the last race winner, who's starting towards the back.
Yeah, so massive turnaround, and it is going to be dry.
I have heard it's going to be wet towards the end.
Oh, have you?
Yes, if you look in the chat, you'll find that if you scroll back a bit, you will find. I can't find it anymore. Sorry.
Yeah, I can't find it. But yeah, so the strategy obviously will be a soft to medium, or if you're doing the other strategy, it'll be medium to soft. And obviously you want to go the softs around 5, 6, 7 laps, and then you want to pit for the mediums and go to the end. For the mediums, 10, 11 laps, and then the rest on the softs. And obviously it'll be super quick, so everybody pretty much starting on the mediums here. So we'll quickly have a rundown of who's starting on what tyre. So Bearsy starting on the mediums.
Oh, someone's round.
Oh, that is our Pete and Lee Craig having contact.
Yeah.
But Bearsy, Kishek, Arpita, JV Cyril, Brown, Ben Roberts and Pipotech start on the mediums, and then the rest of the grid are starting on the softs here. So we've got some strategy going on here, and let's see how will this play out for the medium runners here. They have to get a good start. Obviously it'll be difficult. Bearsy against Kebab on those softs. Obviously the softs have a lot more grip around this circuit than the mediums on this circuit, and it's going to be a very hard task for Bearsy. But Bearsy does tend to get a massive rocket launch off the line in that Mercedes. But let's see what can Bearsy do here. He's going to try and give it everything he possibly can.
Yeah, and one thing that could factor into this, start at Imola, P2 is probably the better place to be, because if you're P1, you're basically turning as soon as you because there's a bend in the straight, you're turning as you start.
You're scrubbing a bit of speed, and that's GNRQE making contact with Nate Smith at Ravazza. Oh, and there's more tension here, Andy, with Brown and Cresso now they get disqualified. But anyway, we're going to now slowly get the grid all together, and we're going to start this race here. But good luck to all the drivers. But Kiwi saying rain in 10 minutes. so we could see a very interesting one. But I think the ones who went on the mediums did the completely wrong decision here, ND, because obviously they'll be slow and they won't have that pace, but the tyre wear is going to be better, and we'll see how quickly the rim will approach. But anyway, here we go now. Now there's going to be lights out, and away we go for the Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix. Betty gets a very good start, but Kebab
who's off?
stalls a bit there. Oh my days, and that is
Chaos.
a massive crash. The
Three
chaos
wide
at the
edge turn
start.
one.
A 3-wide turn one. Ben Roberts gets a
Oh,
5-second time penalty. Look what's happening here in the background. There's multiple cars going off. Penalties flying north.
And Kebab has passed Beersy.
Left and right and centre. Penalties being thrown to the drivers. What on the earth has gone on? Kebab leads the race now. With look at some wheel-to-wheel action between Bez and Kebab.
It's a
Kebab
virtual safety car, so
yes, a virtual
no
safety
overtaking.
car. So, and yeah, what on earth has happened here?
Yeah.
And what has happened to Lee Craig here? His tyres are full of gravel there.
Yeah. I was actually going to say before we went to lights out that due to people getting disqualified, their tires are automatically reset, meaning that they're colder, meaning that they'll get a worse getaway, which would probably explain to the whatever happened down at
Peter! Wow, that was a very, very, very good dive, but didn't work out there at pretty much where he'd done it earlier this race. But look at Bez, he's trying to have a run on Kebab. Barrios is crucial to get ahead of him, and Kebab's using his battery as well, and Unique cheering for Kebab here. Obviously they are our teammates here, and sorry about that, but
look, there's Ben Roberts
defending for his might from Kishek, and Ben Roberts now, yes, and he gets past Cami, and that's a nice move there from Ben Roberts. And now it's medium domination here, medium compound, not a lot of soft runners into the top 10. And as Lee Craig now getting past DK Flick here into Toza, and that's a nice move. And there's more moves going in here with Robert Coffather really trying to give it everything here, being aggressive as he's trying to have a look on Billy Misu. He's trying to defend from Billy Misu, I should say. But yeah, absolute chaos to the first lap. But we're back into racing. Brown's trying to have a look on our Peter here. Our Peter is trying to get, but look at how wide he's went, and he's off, and that's damage for him. And he's got to go into the pits here, and that's going to be Brown having damage. And look at Cammy going down the inside now on Ben Roberts here. He's going to try, and Ben Roberts goes super aggressive and goes round the outside, and that's a neat move there from the Haas driver, and gets past Cammy here, and that's a nice defense from Ben Roberts, and stays ahead at the moment.
Yeah, and crucially I think Kebab has pulled out a pretty good gap to Beersy, and Kishik is not too far behind. In fact he's in the DRS of the Mercedes, meaning that he will get the rear wing open down the straight, which will add to about 20 kilometers per hour of speed advantage.
Yes, but yeah, obviously Kebab will have a bit of an advantage at the start because of the tyre compound difference. Oh, and that's Cammy spinning at the chicane after it, where Sonoda had a massive hit.
No damage.
No damage though.
Because Billy Misu.
And that's Cammy having another spin, and Billy Misu up to P6. Kev the Quick here trying to recover here, and now he gets past Robert Coffather, but Robert will have the DRS as well as Kev the Quick, and he's now third place and second place switching hands, and that's going to be Keisha getting ahead. There's a lot of overtaking going on. Billy Misu does get past CLR Pipatek, And Gavra
Just Robert
Quick
Cobweiler
and Robert Coffather are off. Both of them is kind of similar to...
We've seen that before.
Yeah, I'm not sure who that was.
It was
Gina Kiwi, I
Kiwi,
think it was Kiwi. And
Kebab.
I believe Ben Roberts or Kebab.
Kebab.
One of them.
I think it was Kebab.
I think it's Kebab though. How much... The softs, until they start losing grip lap 5 or lap 6, that's Robert Coffather. Again, not having a very good race here.
Yep. And there's
again.
Ben Roberts. What's happened to him? He's had a spin at Aqua
Ben
Minerale.
Roberts had a spin. Both Hasses are having absolute nightmares here at the start of this race here. Absolute nightmare.
The grid is quite spaced out, if you can tell from the interval gaps, although we've got Lee Craig all over the back of Ben Roberts now. He's going to go for a move into the ultimate corner. He backs off,
Yeah, he's
probably
looking for it.
The smart move to do as he'll go through the detection point behind behind Ben Roberts, meaning that he will get the DRS.
Yes, now Lee Craig will have the DRS as Kev the Quick is behind here sitting and trying to have a look on Lee Craig, but Lee Craig tries to have a look on Ben Roberts. There's a bit of lag going on, but look at Bearsy ND here. All over Kishek here, over Toza, and he's trying to have a look on the Polish driver.
Yeah, he's not got much ERS.
Yeah, he's not got a lot of ERS, but however, as well as Bearsy, obviously ERS is super difficult to save around the circuit as Bearsy taps Kishek off the circuit there. Could that be a warning for the Polish driver? And what on earth has just happened? As they are ghosted through each other, and now they will be side by side, but Kishek will use the battery, and now Kishek will be ahead, but Ben Roberts gets a 3-second time penalty. But at the second chicane, somehow Kishek and Bearsy morphed into each other, basically got somehow stuck into each other. But look, let's see Bearsy trying to have a look here on the Kishek does get ahead here, as well as our Peter conceding P4 and now relegated down to P5 here, MD. So our Peter now will try and stay at the DRS of the very rapid Billy Misu, but it's going to be a very tough task.
Yeah, very. Yes, considering Billy Misu's also on the softs and our Peter's on the mediums.
Yeah, crazy races so far. The start was just, it kind of was like a Mugello style one, I believe.
Thought that.
Kind of Mugello 2020 vibe it gave me. But Kishek having a bit of a tank slap and nearly spun there. Those rears are absolutely lighting up there. But Bearsy staying ahead of Kishek by about 8/10 here, and still gaining the slightest amount of margins here. But let's see, can Kishek have a look on Bearsy? He goes a bit deep, which is obviously need to get a very good exit. However, that's which he does get a good exit. And now we're gonna have a look now at Kev the Quick, who's all over Ben Roberts here. Ben Roberts does not have DRS here, ND, and this could be a good move, but no, and that could hamper him. But he's still in a very good distance of Ben Roberts. He's going to use all his battery here, and he's going to go down the inside of Ben Roberts here. He's not going to fight this, I think, as he makes a miraculous dive, but he stays behind. And Kev the Quick moves up into P8, and he's going to try to advance from there on. And still no rain here, ND. Still no rain.
Yeah, I think we'll have to. I'd say it'll probably start drizzling on the last lap, meaning that there'll probably be no tire changes.
Yes, could be. What's this? I don't know, Gavra. I don't. This is absolutely mad at the moment. This is just amazing.
Yeah, and Billy Misu is up into P4 as well.
Oh wow, a massive comeback here, ND.
Yeah.
Kishek a little bit close here to Bearsy, but he's slowly edged the back here. But the point, but as Billy Misu goes into the pits, so I think there's not going to be any rain then. at the end of this race.
But look,
Up
here
to
comes
move up
Kiyosek.
into P4. Oh, Kiyosek on Bearsy as Bearsy just marginally stays ahead. Cressor gets a 5-second time penalty for speeding the pit lane. Billy Misu goes onto the yellow strapped soft tyres. And then Cressor on the yellow striped soft medium tyres.
I think this is why we love Imola. It's got one DRS straight and a very high speed chicane at the end of it, making for probably the only real overtaking opportunity. But it's quite difficult. Oh yeah, he's got a 3-second penalty.
Yeah, that could impact his race a lot, but obviously the drives around him, and that's Pipatek. Oh, that is a massive contact. Kev the Quick, I'm not sure who made contact with him. I'm not sure if that was Ben Roberts. No, it was not. It was Pipatek. Spinning there, and then Kev the Quick just, I think, hit him. There's he pits, yes he does. Quite early, I believe. A bit early, in my opinion.
Sure.
Still though, he's trying to go for the undercut.
Yeah,
which I see being a very, very fair point.
Yeah, considering it's, as I've mentioned already, quite difficult to overtake here. But we've got JMB Surreal staying out for another lap on the mediums, the only AlphaTauri in this race, going solo. Obviously, Yuki Tsunoda did not make it to the race, but look how close this is going to be with JMB Surreal and Lee Craig at the pit exit.
I'm trying to have a look on
it was
JMB by the merest of millimeters, and now he's going to have a look down the inside here, and JMB Surreal does a very smart thing and doesn't fight him, which I would do if I was in that situation.
Yeah, it would have been quite dangerous.
Yes, because obviously you're not in Bearsy's race if you're JMB Surreal here, and what you're going to try and do is just basically just chill out here and let Bearsy do his job and try, and Ben Roberts gets a 3-second time penalty, as well as RP to following the footsteps of Ben Roberts here, and gets a 3-second time penalty himself.
Yeah, as Kebab Riggers and Kisek are into the pits, we will want to monitor Bearsy now. Let's see where he filters out.
I'm off heading, thank you for watching, Tabby. Have a great evening. And yeah, catch you later as well, mate. But yeah, I don't think that, Piero, I do agree, I don't think there will be rain. Maybe it will be very overcast.
Watch Bearsy, we're going to have a change for the lead.
Yeah, will the lead change hands?
No.
But look how close Bearsy's closed up to Kebab here.
Yep.
Look at that.
And look at how much time Keyshake has lost.
Yeah, 2.7 seconds. That's just the difference of a kind of worn medium tyres to fresh soft tyres. And look, and the gap between Bearsy and Kebab was around 4 or 5 seconds, and now it's just 2/10 now. And that just shows how powerful the undercut is around here.
Yeah, and with
Maybe
6 laps to go, with 6 laps to go,
Gavra.
I think the Mercedes will have an easy pass on the Williams, considering the tyre difference.
Your Pipatek trying to have a look at Piratella. Baroun goes very wide, but he still keeps his position. But we're going to have a look now. Will the lead change hands here? Bearsy's has that penalty here, remember, ND. And that could help impact him. But Kebab struggling here. As you can see, he's pushing him through Ravazza, but now it's going to be one of the easiest moves of this race. And now he's going to try and have a look here, as Kebab now has to concede the lead, as Bearsy will take the lead of the Imola Grand Prix, and now I'll try and take it from there. The DRS should pass him yet. That's what just happened. And now could we see Pipatek having a look? And what's happened? That's Bearsy. That's Bearsy, ND.
Oh my god.
Off. No. Oh, he's doing such a good race there, Bearsy. So unfortunate for the Mercedes. He's doing such a nice race, but Spain's still P4. He can fight for the podium here, but Billy Misu is right behind him here. and Bezzy has a bit of overheated tyres, but I think it will be all okay. But look at Ben Roberts here, Randy. He's trying to have a look at Piratella, but he doesn't do so. Lee Craig goes wide, and Bezzy gets Ben Roberts gets a nice pass around the outside and gets him before Ackerman and Raleigh.
Yeah, and Beersy has pulled out a gap on Billy Meese, so I wouldn't expect a pass from Billy Meese, although he's kind of hovering the DRS, but won't be an issue for Beersy, I don't think.
Yes, as Kev the Quick gets a 3-second tap belt. You've got 5 laps left in this Grand Prix. As barely in the DRS of Arpita, yeah, but Arpita staying ahead.
Yep, and let's have a quick look at Ben Roberts in his attempt to get
Ben
past
Roberts,
Brown.
Yeah. Round the
Seems to
outside,
have got it done. Yep.
And he gets it done. 16.9, fastest lap for JMB Surreal here, flying here.
Yeah,
and that will probably get the fastest lap.
Yeah, we certainly have a bit short of overtakes this afternoon for sure. Well, not this afternoon, this night.
Oh, it's getting a bit overcast. If you've just noticed, I've just noticed, it's getting slightly dark.
Ah, yes. The clouds are setting in.
Obviously, this game, obviously, the moment that it starts raining, it could, in half a lap, or maybe 3/4 of a lap, it could be intermediate conditions because of how quickly the rain goes. And Bearsy now on Arpita does get the move done.
Will Arpita have DRS though? Yes, he will.
But Arpita will, he does. Look at the ERS he has saved though. Look at that, 60%. And Arpita's kept his ERS up to a nice thing. And look at the overspeed the man has. And Arpita, by absolute confidence, gets past.
Then there's Lee Craig. Oh, he was because of pit entry. But here comes Ben Roberts
this is a
and
massive attack. It's just DRS hive here. Like flies going all around here, and Lee Craig loses 2 positions here, the space of 2 corners, and Lee Craig, Naz Crasso, I'm sorry, as Ben Roberts now having a look at maybe Pipitek into Toza, but he's a bit too far to do so, and I think he's just a bit too far. He's super close, but he won't get the move done here though, Randy, unfortunately, but he's obviously still got that straight. But look at Kishek, he's super close, the Polish driver.
Yeah, and let's have a look at Bearsy and Arpita as well.
Oh yes, so we got 2 battles here. You could see the podium changing. Oh, and that's Arpita. Arpita doing something. He's trying to steal the DRS. He hasn't gone to plan, and he tried to steal the DRS.
There's ghosting going on now.
Yeah, there's ghosting going on.
What's happened to Kebab? Kishek has gotten the lead. We didn't even notice that.
Kishek.
The battle for the lead, we didn't even get it.
Lead. Yeah, Bearsy gets past Arpita, and the lead changes hands, and the podium changes hands. Kev the Quick gets the fastest lap.
And now Billy Meese is here.
On Pipatek gets P6. A lot of moves going on here.
Oh, there's Arpita off.
Oh, that's a massive hit from Arpita. That's a massive crash. That's no front wing. Could maybe see a safety car, but I don't think there will be one.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think so, because the last 2 laps there won't be a safety car. There's pretty much no chance unless the game bugs and does deploy one. But Arpita has no front wing, and he's going to be massively slow here. And Kebab now trying to give it everything here to try and maybe get Kishek. But he's 1.4 seconds behind, so he's now the chances of a win here are fading away. But yeah, super unfortunate for Arpita here. As you can see, Ben Roberts can start, and it's are they Halo now? It's
I see
raining,
rain. Yes,
raining.
Rain. Yeah.
And now it's going to be rain, and Ben Roberts made contact with Arpita. Arpita's going to go into the pits here, I suppose. Yes, he will. Kebab now, and now could we see absolute calamity here on the final laps? We will see, but the ones who are on the soft tyres will have the better grip. Arpita somehow surprisingly goes on the inters here. Big gamble. but I highly doubt it will go that wet. Billy Miss, yeah, he's really consistent. The man's going. The man's absolutely on fire at the moment. Bears gets a 3-second time penalty, and that's put him to 6 seconds. So that means Billy Miss will get the podium unless he spins, which I hope he won't. But now we're slowly approaching the final lap here. Kishek will slowly start the final lap here and then we'll move on to the interviews very shortly. But Brown now on our Peter, and as you can see, looking on the onboard of our Peter, I think it was a bad decision. This is a big gamble. The track is dry. Yeah, exactly, Gavra. I don't think it's gone to plan here for our Peter.
Yeah, it definitely won't work, I don't think.
As now we're on the final lap here, as Kishek is going to try and give it everything.
I would just take it cautiously.
It is getting a bit wet here.
Yeah, it's getting quite wet. It's not going to be easy for the Inders, but it won't be easy for the slicks either.
Kishek gets a bit of a tank slapper, and now this is crucial for the cars just to stay on track. And it's super important. Obviously, there'll not be a lot of grip, but this can help our Peter a bit. But he's not going to have the pace to somehow get 1 minute in a lap. But yeah, we could maybe see a spinner, but I highly doubt it. But that is going to probably be it here, as Kevin the Quick gets past Cresso here. And now we will see Kishek rounding the final corner. Kishek is going to get one of his first wins in Gavra racing, and of many more. Kishek goes on to win the Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix of race 2, and that is a very nice race. Kebab takes P2, Bearsy gets P3, and by a 1/10 of a second, Billy Misu loses P3. So Billy Misu not on the podium, but fourth will definitely be good, as DRS is now disabled, so it is very wet. The track is very wet, but not enough. But what a race! Our Peter just DNF'd.
I think it might have been a manual retirement. Don't know.
Yeah. The final lap upholds 4 seconds of Billy. Yeah, that is a very good race, Andy. What do you think of that race?
That was a crazy race, full of some chaos, some amazing overtakes, some that didn't really work out too well, but ultimately an amazing race. As Billy Misu gets the fastest lap, or not the fastest lap, the driver of the day. As I think if you want to do the interviews now, we can. If you want to get someone in, and yeah.
Yes. Several people. Yeah, but that is going to round up the race. Yeah, Kishek, Polishman getting first. Kebab just taking third. Billy Misu fourth. Pipatek fifth. Ben Roberts, Kevin the Quick, Lee Craig, James Rule, and Nate Smith round off the top 10 with Cresso, Kami, Brown, DK, Flick, R. Peter, Gina Kiwi, and then Robert Colfather rounding off the grid here for the race. And that was a very nice race. But yeah, I will add now the Kev the Quick and invite him to this party.
All right, we can wait a bit, I think.
Yes. I will add him now. Add players, there we go. And then Kev the Quick. Where is he? And that's GNR Kiwi. Oh, there we go. Kev the Quick. Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, good evening. 2 seconds. Okay, okay, so, Kev the Quick, if you're there, just quickly. Yep, good evening. Let's talk us through of what happened today on track. Yeah, that was, yeah, definitely really did good. Good for race 1 and 2. Really tried to pull it back here as well on the second race. Congratulations for today, and yeah, have a great one, and we'll see you next week for I believe Spain. Thank you for attending. Okay, so hello to Kebab if you're there. Hello Kebab. Let's talk us through what happened today in race 1 and 2. Yeah. Yeah, definitely did a very good race there. Tried to push to get a win. Really did nice there, but obviously that penalty did quite struggle you from that. But yeah, that was a great race from you for qualifying and the race. But yeah, very good job. Yep, but yeah, I believe that's everything. But yeah, thank you for joining here for the interview. Yep. Have a nice one. So, yeah, that's all the interviews done and dusted. So, yeah, thank you everyone for joining here. Apologise for the late join here, but yeah, thank you ND for commentating the start.
Yep.
So that was very much needed. Thank you. And yeah, thank you everyone for joining here. Piero, Unique, everyone else, thank you very much, and we'll see you next week. And so for this week we've got the Winter League finals, which I'll be driving with my teammate Unique J on Wednesday, so make sure you stay tuned for that, for the finals. Then for Friday, and it's going to be GT Sport Group A and Group B on Saturday, where ND will be driving, and hopefully we'll get first and lap everyone. And then on Sunday it will be the weekend league around Spain, and definitely last time we visited there it was absolute chaos, and we'll hope it will be a bit better here. But yeah, good races today, bit of incidents, but still very nice race. Thank you everyone for joining, and we'll see you next time here on the commentary box. Thank you.